Hey everybody, Elsewhere here. How's everybody doing? Good, I hope. I'm sorry it's been a while. I know I've said in previous videos that I need to learn how to break my videos down into segments. And I'm pretty much that's just going to have to become one of my personal goals. I don't really have a choice if I want to be able to upload in a timely manner for you guys. And so anyway, I just wanted to start by saying that. So I have to get used to kind of cutting myself off, and I'll be watching the clock. And so if I tend to end maybe somewhat abruptly or maybe in the middle of a thought, then just understand that there's most likely going to be a part two and that I'll be dressed similarly. And so the little segments will come in a series. Anyway, all that business out of the way, I just got back from the beach with my dog, took him home. He was great. I sent out a couple of pictures to my family, my mom and my sister, bragging about what a wonderful dog he is. It was just a great time. I ate my dinner down on the beach, sitting on a log. I've filmed from there before. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's just so beautiful. So that's where we were. I guess let's talk a little bit about the look. This hat is not the hat that I wore to the beach, but because we are getting into that warmer weather today here, there's a high overcast, but the sun is really coming through. The sun's really strong, even though it's not a super bright, clear day. And we're on the water, and so it's really important to be wearing the hat, staying covered up, all that good sun business. So anyway, I make that a priority along with the sunglasses. And it was a different hat, but it made me look at my hats, and of course I had to bring them over. These are the most recent addition to my studio. This is a place that I've had now for 2 years, and it's just metamorphosized into so many different spaces, and throughout that whole time it's really just remained mine. And it's my art studio. It's a reflection of me. This is my my private personal side where like people that know me, they know that this is going with me no matter where I go. Like, this isn't optional. If I want 6 straw hats, there's I think another one hanging off my bicycle. Then that's just the way it's got to be. This hat, the bow, everything about it, I think it was $5 at a thrift store. It is in immaculate condition. It is a perfect, super light weave of, it is a straw hat, but it could be a linen. That might be a pretty good, I wonder if I turn it, no, you guys can't. If I put a light behind it, you would be able to see. And then what is interesting about this is, I wouldn't say this isn't a hat that you could find today. I wouldn't say it's overly special. I would say, maybe given during the Easter season, you could find some straw hats with some bows. I don't know that it's overly special, but then I saw this tag, and as you know, it's not the name on the tag that tells me that this is a treasure, precious, something very unique that I can't just go out and buy. That's what these tags mean to me. This is a vintage tag. It's an Italian tag, I believe. And it actually said, or New York, Paris. So, and Adolfo too. There is no discoloration on the hat band on the inside. But this label is most definitely, I guess it could be as late as the 80s, I suppose. But this is not a new mainstream today garment. So anyway, I love it. And I thought I'd put it on for you guys. Has what we call an undulating brim. It's very sophisticated. And I'm not totally sure, but I do wear my hats just like everything else with the tag in the back, and I figured that is where the designer is intending for things like this swoop, this bow. I watch a influencer out in France who talks about French women's fashion over 50, and she said the French way is forward and slightly to the right, very slightly. And so I thought that that was interesting, that when I put this on, it was already had that influence, and it says Paris on the inside. So see from the side, I'm just, anyway, love it. Wore it to the, or didn't wear this one to the beach, but will be. These glasses I really love. I'm gonna go ahead and take them off. The bridge of my nose is starting to get a little bit sore. You can see where it's at, where they sat. I'm not sure what my makeup's doing. I experimented and I didn't go all the way down my neck. I've talked about this before. You guys can see it's an autoimmune disorder. It's a thyroid condition, and my body thermostat, look, this one's white and this cheek is totally my natural color. And then I have this going on, and if I turn, there's my other ear. So you can see the contrast. Under this makeup right now, I actually have one going on right here, and you can see through a little bit, but I also have my white patches on both sides that never change color. They never change color, and they don't grow hair. There's no peach fuzz or anything. They're very smooth. Anyway, so back to the makeup. I didn't do any eyebrows. I just wanted to, you know, I really needed to take the time out and just get the video turned on and show you what I've been up to for a few minutes, and just really start working on these smaller segments. And I don't know necessarily that it's going to mean more videos per week. If my goal is 1 to 2 a week, regardless of how long they are, regardless of how long it takes to upload. There's a lot that goes on just so that I can turn on the camera. And and because I'm setting up the studio for this specifically for my channel, I thought it would be fun to walk you guys through a little bit about how I'm transitioning this space into being able to, you know, just kind of having everything on hand, and I can just close the door and turn on the lights anytime, set up the camera, and I can pretty much run. So I wanted to point out a couple things behind me. You can see the patchwork on the wall. My mother's a quilter, and that's a quilt that was made by her. It's a quilt top. It's actually a duvet cover. That quilt is 7 by 8. And so I have that hanging as on a solid wall. And so in this frame, you're seeing about a quarter of it. Like, The gold edge is like it's part of the border. So yeah, you're seeing about a quarter of it. There's more above me. There's a whole bicycle above me, and the quilt is behind the bicycle. So anyway, it's huge. I needed a big wall to put it on. I love it. It's on display now. I was using it as a room divider and more as a curtain that I could open and close. And it worked great and it was beautiful. But now that it is on full display, it's just so much more beautiful, and it just gives credence to the space. And as you get to know this studio a little more with me, you'll start to understand why. But these colors and this chaos that's going on is part of my expression. It's a part of me. I don't try and explain it to people. I'm not trying to figure it out. My mom's been calling me Rainbow since I was, as long as I can remember. I'm sure I picked it up because of this whole side of me. And that being said, another thing in the room right now is her mother, my grandmother's bureau here. And it's a bedroom set. I'll be showing you the rest of it later. It'll be not only a different segment, but it'll be a different series because the series will be based on the section of the studio that I'm filming in. So we're in 1/4 of the total space. Anyway, so I was just telling my mom the other day, I remember I was old enough that, let's see if it'll show. I have to take this one off, or I don't think you guys will be able to see it, but right here where I have this person that's hanging, there are these carved, it's kind of the part of the frame and it holds the mirror up, but it's this carved frame around the mirror. And this is the hat I wore to the beach today. Outdoorsy, super solid, like actual kind of sportsman's hat. My grandmother she worked at the post office, she had a federal job, and we are talking in the mid to late 70s, early 80s. Very like the polyester butterfly leisure suit type, kind of mixed in with the square pocket, the pleated, the sewn in pleats. Just everything fabulous about polyester. So not only did she dress for the office, but the woman accessorized plastic beads for the neck, earrings, gobs of rings and jewelry, costume, fun, matching sets. She coordinated everything. Everything had a scarf. And at the same time, like, she followed all the rules, but at the same time, she had such a bohemian quality about her. And that is what I'm picking up here. I used to take that jewelry off this mirror and I would just drape myself. I would put all the plastic necklaces on, all her plastic bangles. I always had to obviously pick a pair of earrings. Sometimes I would slip into a pair of her shoes and I would go present myself. And then I would come back and I would have to put everything back where I got it because she needed that stuff to get ready for work. because it wasn't just a toy box. And so anyway, I think it's really fun that it's back here in my studio where I'll be doing hair and makeup and dressing and accessorizing for you guys. I have this makeup mirror set up in front of the vanity mirror, and that's not exactly placed where it's going to be. It'll be more centered, it'll be higher up and more centered with the back mirror. The back mirror it's old enough that it's just not really usable. It's very cloudy and it has some marring. But the makeup mirror in front, super high tech, kind of a little juxtaposed statement there as well. It has a USB port and I don't even know what it does. Maybe it turns into a TV screen if I'm watching, like, put my smartphone. I have no idea. Let's see. I have two overstuffed chairs. I guess I'm gonna tilt this up just because it seems like I haven't done, I mean, it's kind of a short story and it really, it took me a long time. It's hard work. So up here on the ceiling, I have this red string right here is to a lamp. It's a drawstring or pull string. There's my bike. That is on two hooks mounted into the ceiling. And then this white curtain over here is actually the wall next to me that I'll be talking about in the next segment. But this is the one I wanted to share with you guys first. So I have Mom's quilt and Grandma's bureau, and now I have my things set up here for my own silly whatnot. And I love it. I do have a chair. I'm so lucky that didn't break because that was a light bulb and it's something I was going to share with you guys. Anyway, this chair is actually, it's a rattan woven, it's maybe wicker, might be, anyway, it is in, this is a modern piece, it's not an antique, but this wicker seat is in absolute pristine condition. And this little guy just swivels and rotates. And I can use it up a little higher here at the vanity. But I also have my hair chair with the pump on it, that quite frankly is much more comfortable. So, but I can't decide because I actually have a mirror and a hair sink for my hair chair to go with. So I haven't decided about what I'm going to do yet. That's why this chair doesn't stay there. Talk to you guys a little bit just because we're on the bureau and the bureau says accessories for me. Over time, I'm probably going to have to rearrange this. You know, they won't always be here, but for now, it's covered in my accessories. Some things that you guys haven't seen that I just got. These are so cute, and I got them in, I'm wearing my natural hair, guys. So, I mean, honestly, it's my natural color, this gray. It's just kind of a mixed gray. When you receive the hair pieces, you think, no way, oh, that's just not, you know, it doesn't look like a natural gray, and it's totally fine. Totally fine. It does not look like, you can tell when somebody's had their hair dyed gray as a alternative color, like they would if they were dyeing it blue or purple or anything else, you can tell. But no, this is my natural color. Anyway, these are called Space Buns. And I can just place these, I can even place them right next to each other. They could be one bun, but they're meant to be worn here. And I just got these. They need to be combed, but how stinking cute. And I wear my own hair, especially when I was little, and I might make it a thing again. I would wear mine here, kind of like Cindy Brady style as a little girl. And they weren't buns, but I had these tight little ringlets that stuck to my head, and so they were just these tight little ponytails. Anyway, yeah, space buns coming soon. I also found, here is a jewel tone holographic piece that I've actually had for a while. Thank you, Mommy. I got this for Christmas. I don't believe that was this year. I think it was last year. And it was on a shelf, and I was bringing a carload of stuff over to the studio, and I just saw it out of the corner of my eye, and I could not leave it at home. It had to come. The iridescent rhinestone brooch had to come over to be on the vanity. It had to be here. It's definitely a moment, and I'm here for it. Just learned that. I'm also, let's see, I think I'm gonna call it good. We're at 22 minutes. And I've talked to you about this space now and kind of a little bit about what it's for. And we'll come back. I'm gonna just turn this off and start another video facing another wall. And I'll just do it in segments. I'll see you guys soon.